A Stranger Things Season 5 trailer has just been released, and after almost 3 whole years, we finally got our first glimpse into what's on the horizon in the final season. I know, I can't believe it's been that long either. While this wasn't a fully fleshed out trailer that gave us a true insight into the story, it was more of a date announcement, so there weren't loads of clips. However, we did get some new footage that we can definitely break down and dive into. So, with that, let's jump into the trailer, break it down, and I'll also give my theories and predictions on what I think could happen next. Let's get into it. This video is going to contain spoilers from the previous season, so this is your warning. First off, I want to start with the dialogue that was present throughout the trailer. Only 2 characters spoke, on 2 separate occasions, Joyce and Will. Will spoke twice, once in response to Joyce's voiceover, which played over a montage of clips from seasons 1 through 4, and again in a scene set in the present day. Joyce said to Will, "I think about that night all the time, the night it came for you, the night it all started." This moment seemed like a reflective conversation between mother and son, recounting the chaos they've lived through and the world they now find themselves in. During the previous season, we didn't get much of Joyce and Will together, so this moment could feel like a full circle moment, bringing their relationship back into focus like in Season 1. I think this conversation may take place the night before the mission we see in the latter half of the trailer, the one with Will in a panicked state inside a facility. These kinds of emotional conversations tend to happen the night before major events in TV shows and movies. Joyce may be speculating on Will's importance and the ripple effects of his abduction, how his disappearance ultimately led to the gateway to the Upside Down being breached and the 2 worlds colliding, essentially bringing hell to Earth. She might be trying to understand why Will was taken all those years ago and what makes him so important. As Joyce speaks, we see a montage of past seasons, underscoring her reflective state. Will responds, saying, "Everything changed. We failed, but we need to be ready." Everything changed likely refers to Vecna's success in opening the gateway to the Upside Down. In the years that have passed since Season 4, everything probably feels very different for these characters. Will saying "we failed" reflects how close they were to defeating Vecna and stopping the gateway, and how they didn't succeed. It may also hint at the emotional toll from losing Eddie and Max falling into a coma. His warning that we need to be ready suggests a looming war with the Upside Down. It could also reflect their mistrust of the military, who may have taken control but lack the insight to win this war. This opening dialogue sets the tone for a reflective, emotionally charged final season. One that asks the lingering question, why was Will so important to the Upside Down and what is his true connection to the Mind Flayer? It's a theme that's been dormant since Season 1, so it'll be exciting to see it fully explored. Now let's get into the new clips. There was a shot that looked like Jonathan and possibly Steve in a forest, or it could actually be Will in the distance with Jonathan walking toward him. It seems the characters might still be living on the outskirts of town, with civilians forced into a post-apocalyptic existence after the breach. Next, we saw Joyce standing in a barn, axe in hand, ready to fight. Behind her, Robin stood on the right, Will on the left, and 2 others in the back. One character in a multicolored shirt could initially be mistaken for Max, but given the new male character introduced later who also wears a colorful shirt, it's likely him. As Joyce stands ready, we hear heavy thumping on the barn door. It could be a demodog, because the thumping seemed animalistic rather than brute force. It's possible this is a new Dema creature entirely, and I'd bet we'll see new variations in Season 5. We also saw a scene with Mike's mother and younger sister, Holly, as the lights flickered, something long associated with the arrival of Demogorgons. Their terrified expressions signaled they're in immediate danger. There was then a shot of Lucas sitting beside Max, almost praying. Despite the time jump between seasons, this may mean Max is still in a coma. Of course, the show could be throwing us off and she may have woken up. But for now, I think she's still comatose, though I believe she'll eventually wake up. Max has a deep-rooted connection to the Upside Down due to her confrontation with Vecna in Season 4. If she's blind, as teased, she might serve a mystical role, perhaps gaining insight or visions from the Upside Down like a seer. Next, we saw Steve and Dustin venturing into what looked like the depths of the Upside Down, perhaps a hospital or a school based on the flooring. Another scene showed Eleven and Hopper together, with Eleven mid-scream and having a nosebleed. Red lights flashed everywhere. Hopper, dressed in black, suggests they've infiltrated a facility and things have gone wrong. Eleven's nosebleed and scream usually mean she's unleashing serious power, so whatever's in front of her is likely about to be annihilated. Arguably, the most intriguing clip showed what appeared to be Nancy and Jonathan discovering fleshy growths all over the walls in the Upside Down. These could be hinting at a new type of creature. Perhaps this is where Demogorgons originate from, gestating in these sacs. Later, we saw Mike, Nancy, and Jonathan near a dead soldier in what looked like the same facility from the Hopper and Eleven scene. This may be when things go totally sideways. 3 unfamiliar characters also appear, including the man in the multicolored shirt seen earlier. They could be the ones with Joyce in the barn. Based on the way their eyes are directed upwards in fear, I think a Demogorgon is towering over them. The trailer also included a shot of the ground splitting open, glowing red, the classic sign that upside-down creatures are coming through. The most impactful moment came at the very end, with Will screaming, "Run! Run!" His entire body was shaking, and he was looking up, way up. This could be the return of the Mind Flayer. We didn't see it last season, but we know Will is tightly connected to it. If it were just a Demogorgon, Will's fear would be intense, but not that sheer terror. This points to something even worse. The trailer concluded with the announcement that Season 5 will be split into 3 volumes. No surprise, it's the modern streaming format. The release dates are set: Volume 1 on November the 26th, Volume 2 on Christmas Day, and the final volume on New Year's Eve. So, the holiday season is officially taken over by Stranger Things. While this was just a teaser trailer, it captured the tone and gave us a lot to think about. This final season is clearly setting up to be epic, with potential character returns, major deaths, new creatures, and long-awaited answers. So there you have it. What do you think will happen? Share your thoughts in the comments. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.